So continuing to look at historical descriptions of technical applications, we're looking at work from Charles Hazzard. Now this one, he's talking about essentially having a patient seated, using your leg to support underneath one of the patient's shoulders so that you can then work on the spine or the ribs, especially on the other side, because using your leg, in this case, under the patient's shoulder or in the patient's armpit, will give you two free hands. So this won't take a particularly long time. It's a fairly simple thing to show, but keeping in mind that you have to consider contact as control. The reason you're using your leg here is because your leg is going to go under the armpit, and then your thigh is going to be broadly contacting this side of the patient's ribs, or whichever side you happen to be on, and then your other hands can grab the patient in varying ways, either where you want to work, or where you want stabilized to control, or where you want to have handle to control. That said, you're also considering relational motion, so once you put your knee under the shoulder or in the axilla, this side kind of goes up, so essentially you're side bending to the opposite side, right? So in Hazzard's description, he says it stabilizes the ribs. I don't know on the side that your leg is, I don't know that I would absolutely agree with it, but that's the claim. But essentially what it looks like is here, right? So now you can see lots of contact here, my thigh is essentially against him, I can just wiggle my leg around, right? And he's going to move to some degree. So I have two free hands, right? I can place one hand, my forearm, across the back of his shoulders, back of his neck, and now I can have better control, right? I can then take this hand and put it, right, over on the ribs. Now you can see I can both side bend, right? So if I take him that way, he side bends that way, and then I can pull backwards. So I can side bend and rotate as I would require, and then I can work there. So lots of contact. Although I am in a somewhat unbalanced position because I have one leg high, one leg low, because of the contact that I have with the patient, and my foot that's on the ground is going to be braced against the table. I still do have a reasonable amount of balance. That's essentially what that method looks like. So thigh under the armpit, lots of contact on this side, two hands to control the patient and work on whatever anatomy I want to work on.